which therapist you need.
Therapy Thursday.
Now on Wild 94.1.
I understand therapy.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick. All right, Therapy Thursday gets popping. This is our community service for the week, and you can get in on it. 888-429-0941. Whether you text us or you call, you can slide in with a little bit of action.
Yes.
Let's see here. Are we starting with a call or a text?
Let's start with a phone call.
All right, let's see here. We got Jennifer on the line. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. What's your question?
Well, my question is for Orlando. So I guess I'm really not doing that good. It's just easy to say that. But, yeah, I think my wife is cheating on me.
You think she's cheating on you? Why? What evidence you got?
Well, I mean, I've never really caught her, but, I mean, I'm certain. Her whole pattern of behavior just literally changed about a year ago. So she's used to coming home on her lunch break a few times a week. Now she never comes home. She's used to usually getting off work around 9:30 or 10. All of a sudden, now she's not coming or getting off of work until midnight or later. And like I said, I've never caught her, but at this point, it's like I don't care anymore. You know, like for a while, you know, everything that I told you, like, she's been doing, it's really been hard for me because I had all these thoughts in the back of my mind, which, you know, I was scared to express. But after some thought, I think this is the best way. I mean, I don't want to break up my marriage. I don't want a new woman. I don't want a new relationship. And I definitely don't want to affect my family. But I guess what I'm asking is it weird that I'm starting to care less and less that she's cheating on me?
I mean, okay, first of all, it's not weird. It's pretty natural because when people start, you know, going through struggles, you start automatically trying to remove yourself from it. That's a protective thing for you. It's kind of your body trying to protect you from the pain. Like you start to unplug from it. But they do say when you see changes in pattern, that does kind of send up a red flag or whatever if somebody's getting dressed better or if they're, you know, starting to work out in the gym. And those were the old traditional things. Now you're speaking to showing home up late or the schedule is being interrupted. So I would just, first of all, have a real conversation with yourself. Move all the emotion out of it and just be like, do you love your wife? Do you love being with your wife? Do you feel that you have enough built that you are, you know, worthy of trying to fight through it? If you can do and answer those things, then, you know, and that'll probably give you your answer, because some people ain't worth fighting for. Some people, you know, you want to step out because you like, yo, like, honestly, I don't really feel like fighting this no more. I've done the fight and I'm done. But if it is worth it, and if y'all do have, you know, some sort of kind of faith in each other, or at least if you have faith in her, because you're doing this assessment for you, if you have it, then I would say it's worth fighting for. Like, you know, but if you decide that you're out, you're out. You know, you got to be happy, and if you're not happy with this person and their choices, then you got to step out, you know, and let it go.
And I definitely have been thinking that and partly feeling that, but I also don't want to lose her. So
But you can't have both. Now I'm gonna tell you, you can't have both. Though you can't straddle the fence. That's why I do your assessment about what you want out of this. Don't factor in what she does. Don't factor in nothing else. Just what you want out of this, because you're the person who's noticing this stuff. So
exactly.
Do you want her or not? You can't be like, well, I don't really care, but I don't want to lose her. Like, come on, that's refried beans right there. You know, don't mess around. That just make your decision. And it's a hard one to make, so don't think it's easy, but I'm just saying, don't straddle the fence. It's got to be all Band-Aid off in one swoop or not.
Yeah, you know, and that totally makes sense, and I think I just needed to hear it outside of myself.
Yeah.
So I think
that's why we do this. That's why the courts make us do this. So, okay. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jennifer.
All right, let's see here.
I got one for Davi.
Davi is next up.
Davi. So I have a son who just turned 18, and he's still a senior in high school. He has a 24-year-old girlfriend. He wants to move out with her. I am against it, but my husband says he's 18 and he's an adult and can do whatever he wants. I think he needs to finish high school and get a job and save money. I guess my question is, what is the right thing to do? Should I let him go and learn his lesson the hard way, or do I tell him no and have him stay in my house because this is causing so much stress between all of us. I don't know what to do.
I mean, I would do my best to keep him at home at least until he can finish his senior year of high school, because I feel like if you move in with a girl, 24-year-old girl, there's going to be so many other things going on in his life that graduating is going to be harder and harder. Once he graduates, then cut him loose. But until he gets that diploma, I would do everything in your power to keep him under your wing. If he's made it this far, don't let that girlfriend change everything. You know, obviously he's grown-ish. He's 18. So make him available where he can, you know, hang out with the girl. I would kind of don't necessarily limit their interaction as long as he's coming home at a reasonable time, getting his schoolwork done. I would just do everything in your power to keep him at home, at least until he graduates.
Yeah,
I know if the shoe was on the other foot and that was me, it would be too many distractions going on at home with a girl who's older. I'm trying to impress, make money. She's working. It would just be too hard.
Well,
to
you're
finish.
playing wifey and husband at that point.
But let me ask your 18-year-old self, Tico.
Tico.
24-year-old lady want to hang out with you. You going? 18-year-old Dodger.
Hang out, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd move in. I don't think I'd move in.
I would.
Because it's just access to free.
Because it's 24-year-old lady and you 18 and you ain't nothing but homo.
Well, because when I was 18, my parents owned my car. They were helping me with my phone. I would have just basically left with the clothes on my back. I didn't really have much to my name at 18.
Yeah. Nah, most 18-year-olds don't.
Yeah,
okay.
right.
I have one, but it's for the room.
Oh, all right.
Can you guys please give me some dating advice to a plus-size girl? It's getting real tiring and heartbreaking trying to find someone out here in the dating world. I'm trying to lose the weight for myself and not just to get a guy, but I'm also tired of having to block and run taken men on my inbox because I'm bigger. Does that mean I can't get a good-looking, decent single guy?
I don't get. So the inbox people are DMing her?
Yeah, she's tired of having to block or run taken men from my inboxes. That's what it says.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all have that. Like, I mean, it's a group.
I think she is looking at this very superficial. Everything is, I'm big. I need a good looking guy. How about you just find a good guy and work from there?
Well, sometimes that's hard to find, especially on socials, because guys will be hitting you up for other reasons. So you got to look at your posts and the stuff that you're putting out there.
That's not a crime, though. I mean, that's why I wanted you to read that part again. That's not a crime. People DMing you, trying to slide in your DMs and holler at you don't mean they have access to you. Mm-hmm. You don't have to block and run out of people and, what did she say, run them out of their DMs or whatever. It's like, I mean, somebody hits you and you're not interested, move on.
Well, she does want a good-looking guy, though. She probably feels like she can't get what she wants, and she feels it's because she's big.
I get it, but what I'm saying is that if you have DMs coming in from people who you don't want to holler at, you don't have to block them and make that part of your problem. Your problem is that you're trying to do this physical fitness thing, and that's a stress.
Yeah, it's hard.
You know, and you don't want people sliding in and challenging your feel about your self-esteem and everything else. But people sliding in trying to and they got a wife and kids and all that stuff, and they trying to do you dirty. Like, you don't have to really stress about that. Ignore them.
And you also have to be realistic at the same time. If you're a bigger girl or somebody who isn't necessarily that traditional super hot girl, you kind of have to. You can't expect to be with that supermodel looking dude with the six pack, the gym type. That's not always going to happen. It's not always going to work like that.
I would say, here's my advice from the female of the room really
quick.
That
was cold.
Yeah.
It's true, though.
Hey, boy, you keep it real.
Right. That's why I'm going to switch it up really fast and be like, if somebody's not hitting you up that you want, it's time to take it in your own hands and go ahead. If you find somebody online or somebody that you like or somebody that you're interested in and you wish that they were hitting on you, it's time for you to go ahead and try it.
At the same time, somebody with a fragile self-esteem like that, you could be setting yourself up for disaster.
Why not try it? I mean, you guys get heard or told no all the time growing up.
You deserve anybody who is going to make you feel good about yourself.
That's true.
It could be a good-looking person. It could be a person with a great heart or whatever. Trust me, as you lose the weight, people are texting us now saying, tell her to call me. So, they ain't even seen you. So just keep doing what you got to do for you. And, just don't make everybody else's issues your issues. Don't worry about the DMs and all that. Social media you know what? Turn off your social media. Work out. Write letters to people.
Write
letters?
You know what I'm saying?
Just get off of social media. If that's being such a distraction, get off of social media.
Well, it's nice when you log onto your socials and you see your DMs full. It's always nice.
Let's see here. We got somebody calling here. Let's see. Hello?
Hi, Orlando. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. What's your name? Or do you want us to say your name? You're on the air.
It's T.
Hey, T. How you doing? You got a question?
Yeah, I seem to be having problem when I started dating a guy. We got to the sex, the bedroom and everything. And, we're getting personal, and I let them know that I have a firearm. They're, like, not wanting to talk to me anymore.
You have a what?
You have a fire alarm?
Firearm.
Firearm. Oh, a firearm.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Okay. I thought this was a key word or something. I'm like, what does that mean?
We're learning something
you
new.
into something freaky? Fire. So you have a firearm, and so they don't want to be around you because you're armed?
What?
Yeah, and the secret is I'm such a bad shooter.
Okay, well,
How do you tell them that you have a firearm? How does it come up?
Well, they introduced first that they got their gun, and I'm like, okay, you got yours, I got mine.
Why do we have so many guns?
Yeah.
Because it's Florida.
If we're about to hook up, why has everybody got a gun?
Everybody got a gun.
Sexy, maybe?
Well, okay, listen. First of all, T, I will tell you this. Second Amendment is yours, and we all enjoy that, and everybody should have the right to have it. But now, the one thing that you did say is that you're not a good shot.
So go practice.
And I would say that the responsibility of having a gun means you do have to also take it seriously and learn how to use it. Learn how to use it correctly and accurately. So if you do have to use it, then you can do so. But the other part of it is you don't really have to be running around telling everybody about it. The best thing about having a gun is if they roll up, you can pull it out and then handle business without everybody knowing they got to be prepared and armed to come at you, like an army kind of fighter, because they like, oh, I know what you got, so they got to have something bigger. So stop discussing it so much. Like, if these dudes are not
discussing it, it's just
listen to me now. Stop it. Now see that, sassy. Hold on, slow down. Wait, let me tell you, because if the guys are talking about it and they're uncomfortable, then you're seeing what they're about. Because honestly, a woman being armed is not an intimidating thing. If I'm at dinner with you and I got mine and they know I got mine and they come after me, I would really like you to be on the side with yours to make sure it can get popping. But I want you to be accurate because you said you're not a good shot. So that's why we're working on that. But I'm sure if he saw you taking it seriously and he saw you as a real responsible gun owner and somebody who is actually prolific with their shooting and stuff, you probably feel a little bit more comfortable. Now, if all these guys are getting a little sideways, you might be picking soft guys. Because a woman with a gun is a sexy thing, especially when they know how to use it.
Yeah, a guy with a gun is sexy.
I always find them sexy, so I don't know why they didn't find me sexy.
Well, no, they probably find you sexy. They just don't find that gun sexy. They're like you waving it around, being all dangerous and everything. So, yeah, just make sure you get comfortable with it and you're good.
And also, like, the way she's presented is like, I have a gun, but I'm a bad shot. It seems like very jokingly about it.
Silly.
Like, let's not joke about that.
Right.
There's other things that we can laugh about, but like, you don't just have a gun, you're a bad shot. So you're a shooter, too.
Exactly. It's problems. All right, well, let's grab one more. We got one more.
Yeah, I got one for Meredith.
Hey.
It says, Meredith, my boyfriend still hasn't said I love you. We've been together for 7 months and nothing. I've said it to him and he's never said it back. Now it feels awkward to say it to him, so I just don't. What is he waiting on? Maybe he doesn't love me. I'm confused. I thought our relationship was going so well, so I just don't understand.
All right, you got to have a weird, awkward conversation here. You can't just be throwing out the I love you word to somebody that they just never reciprocate. And by the way, some people need their own timeline here. I mean, sometimes it takes a guy or whoever you're dating a year or two to even throw that word out because they take it super serious. Maybe he's never said that to somebody else before. So you have to take that into account. But it is difficult being the person to say I love you first and then the other person just says, oh, thank you.
Have you ever done that? Because I did that.
I believe that's happened to me before.
Have you ever said I love you to somebody and they ain't say it back?
Yeah.
Boy, now so we all know how that feels because
Yes.
I'm telling you that's a crappy feeling.
I don't know how long she can stay with somebody, but in saying that word without it being reciprocated. But if he at least explains, like, listen, I'm almost there. It's just I've never said that to somebody, or I just don't throw that word around. Then I have more respect for you. But damn, how long is it going to take? When you gonna have those
some people
feelings?
just not comfortable saying it. But I remember there was somebody I dated in college, and I told them I loved them first, and they didn't come around for like months.
Yeah.
And I had to change my speech because I was all like, I told you my mom was like, you always want to be in love. I was just, that's what happened when you raise a kid or listen to Luther Vandross. But so you keep trying to find love. But what I had to do was modify it and keep saying, all right, I know you're not there yet, but I just want to tell you I love you. So,
when you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready. And I'm sitting there all getting
A puppy dog.
and all I got was, oh, wow. And I'm like, don't pat me on the head. Like, because that's what it feels like. It feels like you're getting patted on the head like, oh.
Didn't you also say it when you were, when you were doing it one time for somebody else?
Listen, we ain't got to go up the old stuff.
You have a pattern here.
I don't have a pattern. That was during sex. That was different. It came out. It came out. I'm sorry.
I love you.
Oh, my God, I love you. And they turned around like, what did you just say? Nothing. I'm just going to keep my eyes on the road.